The glitter in gold continues. Within no time, gold has crossed $4,000 a troy ounce and nearly topped $4,050. Namaste. Dhanteras will be up in a few days. It's considered as one of the most auspicious periods to purchase precious things, gold, silver, or anything else. How will this Dhanteras be for gold or silver purchases? Will it be a smart move to buy precious metals this festive season? Why? We have with us Mr. Samit Guha, Managing Director and CEO at MMTC-PAMP, and Satish Dondapati, Fund Manager, Kotak Mutual Fund. Welcome to Business Line Trending Commodity Pick Show, Mr. Guha and Mr. Dondapati. How will demand for precious metals such as gold and silver be during Dhanteras 2025? What are the deciding factors for this?
As you know, Dhanteras and leading up to Diwali is really the largest festival for buying of precious metals, especially gold. And I think over the years, this has stood the test of time in terms of price of gold increase, geopolitical factors, economic factors. And I don't see that changing because, buying of gold in Dhanteras is really linked to our culture, our religion. And it is so seeped into our culture that I don't think this is going to change irrespective of the price of gold. So I see the demand for religious, cultural and festive buying in Dhanteras and Diwali staying put. The only thing which I think will happen is that because the price of gold and silver have really shot up, I think there could be a reduction in the grammage of gold and silver that people will buy. I really don't see people, spending 60-70% additional money on this. So effectively, the grammage of gold and silver, in my view, will come down, but the buying propensity of customers for this festival season will be there.
So, we expect that, this time also in festive season, especially in Diwali and Dhanteras, the demand for gold and silver will be very high. And the main factor which is driving this demand is basically the investment demand. For gold, basically, it is like geopolitical factors and central bank buying. These are the two main, factors which driving gold prices. And for silver, since silver is as a precious metal, it has dual benefits. One is as a precious metal, as a safe haven asset, and the second one is industrial demand. So out of the total annual demand, around 60% demand comes from industrial demand, which includes AI, semiconductors, and electronics and new age technologies like green energy technologies, solar panels, and the remaining 20%, approximately 20% comes from investment demand. So what exactly has happened since last 2-3 years? The demand for silver has increased mainly by institutional investors as well as retail investors. Apart from that, central bank also started allocating silver in their portfolio. A few of the central bank already started. Earlier, central bank used to buy only gold. So combining all these, demand, and the silver price has rose to approximately 67 to 68% in a 1 year time, with the strong fundamental backup. We are very bullish on gold and silver, a little bit more bullish on silver than gold. In a short term, we think, due to any policy shift, or maybe in case of this recent US shutdown eases, then there might chances that dollar will get some kind of strength and the street will get some kind of confidence. At that time, we might see gold and silver prices may correct a little bit, but but in long term, we think with the strong fundamentals like geopolitical uncertainty, political instability, and central bank buying, investment demand, I think gold and silver have a good time in next couple of years.
Silver seems to have gained more than gold currently. Will the white precious metals rally sustain?
Yeah, again, if you look at the reasons for the rally of silver, I think silver, unlike gold, has one additional usage, which is the use of silver in industrial applications, especially EV solar. So there is an incremental demand for silver coming from the additional deployment of silver in solar panels, because there is increased usage of solar panels, especially like silver paste, silver powder, etc. But I think the primary reason which has led to the rally of silver, at least over the past 3 or 4 months, and very sharply, I think over the last 2 months, is I think led by investor demand. I think a lot of retail investor-led demand is fueling the price of silver in India, as well as in the rest of the country. And I think the main reason is this fear of missing out, which I think investors have, what we call FOMO. So I think a lot of people have missed out, on the rally of silver, which was there earlier. And I think people are increasingly seeing this as an opportunity to participate in the rally, hoping that they will be able to encash when the price of silver goes up in future.
Yes, of course, because what exactly has happened that normally a few years back, most of the people, investors used to chase gold, and going forward, we see a lot more industrial demand in silver due to semiconductors and solar panels and green energy technology sectors. So I think silver will will shine more than gold in next couple of years. Also, in terms of pricing, okay, silver is cheaper compared to gold. And historically, if you see that, gold silver ratio. So normally in a longer term basis, if you see 50 years average, silver price is approximately 2.25% or 2.5% of the gold price. The possibility of silver price to go up is much more than current prevailing prices in the longer term.
As an investor, is it the right time to buy gold? And what about purchasing the yellow metal for jewelry?
So again, I think if we look at the people who purchase gold, I think there are three distinct as we call target segment. One is people who are purchasing it as collectibles, gold and silver, which is relatively less in India. Then you have people who are purchasing gold, for gifting, and I include religious buying as a part of gifting. And then we have consumers who are buying gold as an investment. I think what I see is that there will be an increased demand for gold as an investment because we've seen gold rallying very sharply, and I think there is a general view now which is catching up with investors that a part of your portfolio, whether it is 10%, 20%, should be in the form of alternative investments in commodities. So I see very strong demand for gold in the form of investment. Jewelry, again, like I said, is more for religious and gifting purposes. And I think that demand is for a different target segment of consumers. It will continue to be there.
So yes, definitely. I know as an investor, you can buy at this point of level unless the investor has a longer time horizon, and also since the gold prices are hovering at at an all-time high, we suggest investor to invest in a staggered way through SIP or STP. So the investment horizon should be a longer period. In a short term, we may see if there is any shift in policies, or maybe if the US dollar has got some strength, the gold price might correct a little bit in a short term. And then with the jewelry thing, what we have seen in the last year also and this year also, since the gold prices are trading at all-time high, most of the investor in jewelry, they are not buying 24 or 22 karat gold. They're actually purchasing gold in 18 or 14 karat. But volumes will be low, but the value will be high in this festive season.
What is the approach of Indian customers towards gold this year? We hear that some of them are looking for diamonds or low caratage gold.
Again, I think people who are looking towards gold in the form of an investment really have two avenues. They can buy gold if they have an affinity of the metal in the physical form. In my view, coins and bars are where they get the most value for money, because the resale value loss probably in coins and bars is the lowest if somebody wants to invest in physical form. If somebody wants to invest in digital form, then of course you have ETFs and digital gold. There are multiple players like MMTC-PAMP who are providing digital gold as an alternate investment form. And then you have jewelry, which again, in my view, from an investment perspective, because the resale loss is probably the highest, may not be ideal, but jewelry has, like I've said before, has a completely different reason for purchase, which as Indians will, I think, continue for time immemorial. So if you look at really these three segments, I think, and if somebody is looking to invest in jewelry, then probably the proposition of buying lower caratage gold really comes in.
Yes, basically, people want to invest in gold, but after seeing raise in the prices, which is like all-time high, so people buying those gold, in a low carat, so that at the same time they will own the gold as well as they are having a jewelry. So people are spending gold, but in a small denomination, and not in a high denomination. People are actually approaching to invest in gold, and they're waiting for to correct the gold price so that they can move to jewelry in case if they required. And normally, in the fourth quarter from October to December, there are a lot many weddings are coming. This is the wedding season, so for that also people are want to accumulate jewelry. And still, people are waiting. As we spoke to a few other jewelers, people are waiting to correct some correct price of gold so that they can buy.
How long do you think the rally in precious metals will continue?
Really, I think that is anybody's guess. All I can tell you is that the fundamental factors which have led to the surge in the price of gold, in my view, are three. One is, there is an element of the fact that if Fed continues to reduce interest rates, there is a weakening of the dollar, and if the dollar weakens, the demand for gold goes up. So that is one reason. The second reason is, like we all know, whenever there is increased geopolitical and economic uncertainty, gold is a safe haven asset, so people flock towards gold. And currently, as we see, despite attempts of global leaders to assay the geopolitical problems, we continue to see uncertainties, either because of wars which are continuing, or because of tariff-led economic disruptions. So to that extent, I think that is another reason why gold continues to rise in price, and there is a demand for gold. The third factor for increase in the price of gold is really central banks over the world still continue to de-dollarize and accumulate more gold. And we know that based on information available, the developing country central banks probably have lesser percentage of their reserves in gold, and they will continue to accumulate. So if you look at all these three factors, I don't think any of them are going away, in the very near future. So if these are leading to increase in price of gold, I think gold prices will continue to rise in the near and mid term.
So as I mentioned, that the investment demand for gold is, all-time high. We have seen central banks buying gold since last 3 years, more than close to 1,100 tons year on year, and the retail participation as well as institutional participation is increasing in gold. And gold normally, if you see. If you see the central bank's position of gold compared to US Treasuries is all-time high at this point of time. So gold is gaining global currency status. And we are saying this trend will continue for next couple of years, and it will support the gold prices further for next couple of years.
Thank you very much for your insights, Mr. Guha and Mr. Dondapati. Happy Diwali, viewers. Be happy and keep smiling. This is Subramani Mankombu signing off until the next episode. Good luck.